Hello everyone, this is a video for how to format your research paper. Now I'm in a Word document. I'm in this formatting sample Word document, and there's a couple things that I want to show you in here. So first of all, at the top of our Word document, we have the tabs. We have File, Home, Insert, Design, Layout, References, Mailings, Review, View, Help, Acrobat. Now, there are a lot of helpful tools on this toolbar. We're going to most of the time stay in the Home part of the toolbar, the Home tab. But there might be a few times that we go into different tabs, and I want to show you some things there. So in the Home tab, we have the clipboard, copy, paste, cut, and there is also a formatting painter there that I don't often use, but you can use if you know how to use it there for the clipboard. Then we have this section for font. And right now I have it set for Times New Roman. You can change the font by clicking on the drop-down menu. Okay, and you can scroll through, or a quick way to get to what you need to get to is just to type in what you're looking for, and that'll automatically pop up for you. This is the size, the font size. So again, you can choose your size. Okay, we're going to go with 12 here, Times New Roman, 12. You can also quickly make your font bigger or smaller by just using these font up, font down buttons as well. If you need to change from capitalize each word, uppercase, lowercase, sentence case, you can select a sentence or a word and do that as well. Okay. Bold, italics, underline. There's a couple others here which you shouldn't really have to use. Strike through. Okay. Subscript and superscript. Again, you're not really going to be using those in your paper either. Highlight. Okay. If you need to unhighlight something, you can just put no color, or you can change the color of the highlighting. Okay, again, you're not going to be using that, but I wanted to show you that. And then also, this might be helpful to change the color of your font. Okay, you're going to want black text for your paper. Okay, so make sure that you have all of your text in your entire paper set to Times New Roman, 12-point size, the black text font color. And then we have the paragraph section. Now the paragraph section, a quick way to do your font and your paragraph is just to go over here in the editing section, and if you click select all, that selects everything in your paper. Okay, everything. Then you can quickly make sure that you have Times New Roman font, 12-point size, black text, and everything should be aligned left. Okay, except everything should be aligned left except your titles. So your works cited page can be centered, your title of your works cited page, and your title for your paper can be also be centered. It doesn't have to. I'm not going to take points off if it's left aligned. That's okay, but I just like it. That's my personal preference for it to be centered, your title. Speaking of title, you should have a title, which is your topic. Here's an example, assignment requirements. Okay. It should be at the top of your paper. Okay, and then your essay is going to be underneath that. And then your works cited page, which we'll get to in a second. Now, you should also select all. Should also make sure, this is important, your line and paragraph spacing. If you go into your line and paragraph spacing, this should be 2.0, okay, which is considered double spaced. Okay, you also want to unclick, you want to click on the remove space after paragraph. So it should read 2.0 has a check next to it, and then it should not say remove here or remove here. Okay, and you don't want to click those add spaces. You want to leave those the way that is. Okay, so now everything is Times New Roman, 12-point size, black text. Everything is line to left except for your title and your titles. And everything is double spaced. The other thing you can check, I think it's layout. Yeah, layout. Now, Word automatically defaults to normal margins, but you can double check it just to make sure that you do have normal margins. Okay, so if you go into layout, the layout tab, and you click on this first part, margins, just make sure that normal is selected. If any of these others are selected, make sure you click normal so that you have normal margins. Okay, everything else, it should also be in portrait orientation. It will automatically default to portrait, but make sure, you can just make sure that you're in portrait. You do not want landscape. Okay, and everything else can just kind of stay normal, and it shouldn't be any kind of fancy. You shouldn't change anything else for that. Now, when you're writing your essay, there should be a space here that's called indenting. Okay, when you're indenting, you're clicking the tab. I'll show you here. You're clicking, oh, it doesn't show it, but you're clicking the tab button to, if I backspace, whoops, I didn't want to do that. If I backspace, I don't know why I did that. Hold on, sorry. Let me go left align. Okay, there. Then there's no indent there. You want to click the tab, okay, and that will indent for you. Okay, see that shows that you indented. Same thing, tab, that will indent all of your paragraphs. Okay, so all of your separate paragraphs should be indented. Every time you start a new paragraph, you're going to indent. Now, at the end of your paragraph, see that little symbol there? That means you hit the enter key. Okay, if you hit the enter key, then it takes you down to the next line, and you're ready to start your new paragraph. Okay, so at the end of each paragraph, you're going to hit the enter key, and that will take you down to the new enter tab. Okay, new paragraph. So enter tab. So make sure that you are, enter tab, okay? Make sure that you are doing that for each separate paragraph. Okay, this is your introduction paragraph. Then you have body paragraph number 1, body paragraph number 2, body paragraph number 3, so on and so forth. And then your last paragraph will be your conclusion paragraph. Okay. Then after your last paragraph, you are going to do a page break. Now, how you do that is you go into layout, back into the layout tab, and if you go into breaks, you can do a page break. Okay, so it says page break here. Now, if I turn this off, this just show and hides all of the markers. If we hide that, it won't say page break. You just scroll down to the next page. You can see that page break there. And then you're going to start your works cited page. So after your last paragraph, your conclusion paragraph, you're going to do layout, breaks, page break. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of that because I already have one done there. And then it will break the page and you will start your works cited page on the next clean, page, and you'll start that at the top of the next page. So that this is, if you were to print this out, this would be its own page separate from the rest of the essay. Okay, let's go back to home. Now, the other thing I want to talk about for your works cited page, this should be numbered. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And I give you some examples here. Okay, and you would insert your third source here, which I don't have an example for. But this is done in MLA format. Okay, and so I give you some examples of that. Okay, make sure that you have at least three sources in your works cited page. And these should be numbered, like I said, number 1, number 2, number 3. All right, and these should also follow the formatting for the font and double spacing for that. Now, if you notice spacing, everything's double spaced, but there's also spaces. If you see these dots, okay, if you turn this off and I hide all the formatting, you don't see those dots. Those dots will go away. But there are spaces in between each word, and there are 2 spaces. If you see the 2 dots in between each sentence, okay, that just separates your sentences to show that you're starting a new sentence, besides the ending, period and the capital letter. But this isn't a requirement, but that's a personal preference. I like it. It just separates those sentences so that you can see the start and finish of sentences a little bit better. Okay, make sure that you have spaces in between your words and spaces in between your sentences. All right, the other thing that you should do for formatting is you should be writing in complete sentences. Okay. So your topic should be an art form or an artist. You should select a specific art form or specific artist. You need to formally write a 2 to 3 page research paper. Now, 2 to 3 page research paper. If you look down here at the left on the bottom, it shows you how many pages. Okay, this is page 1 of 3. That means there are 3 pages total, and this is the first out of those 3 pages. If I scroll down to the second page, now I'm in page 2 of 3. That means the second page out of 3 total. And the works cited page is its own page. This is page 3 of 3. Now you should have 2 to 3 page of just your essay. Okay. Not including your works cited page. Your works cited page is separate from the essay. So you have your title, you have your essay with all of your topic information, your thesis statement, your evidence from your research, your conclusion. Okay, all of that is your part of your essay. That should be 2 to 3 pages. And then you're going to have an additional page for your works cited page. So if your essay is 2 full pages, then your works cited would be page 3. If your essay is 3 pages or 2.5 pages, then again your works cited page would be page 3 or page 4. Okay, so make sure that you're meeting the length requirement for the paper. You need to include in-text citations throughout the paper. We'll look at examples of that in a minute. You also need a complete works cited page that lists your sources in MLA format. We looked at that. Gather and synthesize your information from at least 3 credible online or print sources. Use specific websites, books, articles, and other reference materials as resources for your research. Here's an example of an in-text citation. So your teacher says, comma, quote, Google is a search engine used to find websites, not a website source. Period. End quote. In parentheses, who said that? Your teacher said it, McLaughlin. Right, so that's the person's name that said that quote. And then a period. So that is the end of the sentence. The in-text citation, this is the in-text citation, goes inside parentheses, and this is either an author's name or a page number. Okay, an author's name or a page number. And then your period goes after that in-text citation. It goes after the end parenthesis. Okay. You can use Google to do an internet search for online and print sources, but Google could not be considered a source for your project. Your teacher also says, here's another quote with an in-text citation. Wikipedia.org cannot be used as a source. It is not a reliable website to use for research. Here is the word for word what that person said, what I said. It is within quotation marks because it is a direct quote. And then the in-text citation is in parentheses. It is the person's name or a page number. And then we have a period after the in-text citation. So the in-text citation is technically within that sentence, right? The sentence starts with your, and it ends with the in-text citation. That's the entire sentence from the beginning, the middle, and the end. So do not use Wikipedia as a source for your research project. Remember to save often. Okay, save often. Just make sure you're keeping all of your updated revisions and edits, okay, as you work. The paper should be typed on a new Word document using normal margins. I showed you how to do that. Your paper should use the following formatting: Times New Roman font at 12-point size, black text, and double spaced. Your paper should be written in complete sentences and organized into paragraphs. Make sure you indent each paragraph so that it shows that you have separated your ideas. use transitional words and phrases to connect ideas and help create cohesion. Cohesion means it flows, it's smooth, it makes sense from one idea to the other, and it's clear, right, in your writing. So help to create cohesion in your writing. All of the concepts in your paper should be related to your topic and support your thesis. If you have information that is a little bit random, that's not really related to your topic, or it's not supporting your thesis, get rid of it. That's part of the revision stage of proofreading, editing, revising. You should revise and proofread your work before submitting it for grading. Okay, you can use the checklists provided in the 2.11 workshop, Revise and Proofread a Research Paper online lesson to help you revise and edit your paper. Here's another in-text citation because I quoted the name of the lesson. Okay. So the name of the lesson is word for word from the online course, and it's in quotation marks. And then I gave the in-text citation, which is the name of the course. I don't have an author's name for who wrote or created the online course, so I just put the name of the course there. Okay. I don't have a page number either, so I just put that there as an in-text citation. Okay, end of sentence. Okay, the in-text citation is within parentheses, and our period is after the in-text citation. Make sure you are using correct spelling, grammar, capitalization, and punctuation in your writing. Fix all mistakes in writing mechanics before handing in your assignment. Now, I want to show you, if you go to review, in the review tab, there's a couple tools here that you can use. You can use the ABC check document. That is your editor. Check for spelling, grammar, and writing suggestions. Okay, so you can check your spelling if there are any corrections for that, your grammar. Okay. You could ignore, or you can, you know, add that. Okay, so you can use that. You can use the thesaurus if you're looking for words to switch out for other words. Okay. Those give you synonyms. You can also do a word count. Now, I'm not looking for word count, but you can look at pages here again if you are wondering how many pages you have. You can do that there. Read aloud. Now, this is a great tool for if you're proofreading and editing, or you're revising and you want to hear your essay being read out loud to you. If you click on Read Aloud, it'll start wherever you have your cursor.
Example, assignment requirements. Your topic should be an art form or an artist. You should select a specific art form or a
Now you can pause and play.
Artist. You need to formally.
You can
Your topic
rewind.
Should be an art form or
you can fast forward.
Gather and synthesize your information from at least 3 credible online.
And if you really want to get fancy, you can mess with the reading speed by toggling this back and forth, or you can select the voice. If you don't like this voice, you can do David or Mark. And so that's a really cool tool for listening to your essay being read out loud to you. Now, I want to show you, so that's proofreading, editing, revising. Okay. There's a new tool that I just realized was there the other day. This is in the voice section. It says voice, where it says dictate. Now this is really cool. Watch this. Hello, my name is Tova McLaughlin. I am a teacher at Agora Cyber Charter School. At Agora Cyber Charter School. So you can toggle that on and off. And, you know, I have to go back in here and make a few corrections for spelling. Okay. And put in some spaces, some punctuation there. Maybe fix some capitalization, right? But in general, if I dictate what I want it to say, it writes it down for me. So that's a really cool tool that I just realized was there a few days ago, and it can be really helpful when you're not a very good or a very fast typer. Like I said, you will have to go back and fix it up and, you know, organize it the way you want it to organize it into sentences and correct spelling, punctuation, capitalization, and grammar. But it's a helpful tool to start out with for maybe just creating your rough draft. And then you can go back and revise, proofread, and edit. So your final work will be submitted to the online course Dropbox into the research paper assignment folder. Your teacher will use the grading rubric to score the assignment. You should look at the rubric to see how your paper will be graded. And then whatever you used for in-text citations, like here I have McLaughlin, and here I have McLaughlin again. Okay, that's one source. It's the same source. So that would be my first source that I list in my Works Cited page. Okay, McLaughlin, Tova, Lackawanna English, Unit 2, Informational Works, Research Project, Lessons 2.07 and 2.08, and the dates that I said that. Then for the second in-text citation, we have the course listed, the name of the course. And so this would be my second source listed in my Works Cited page. Okay, example K-12, English 108BX, LAC 1, 2, 1920, Unit 2, Informational Works, Research Project, Lessons 211, lesson, should say 211. See that? 3, 12, 20, and then the link. Oh, I also have the links here for that content. So if this is an online source, you want the information, and then you also want the direct website link. Now, I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, that's why, because I made it all black, which is fine. You can make the links, leave the links blue if they automatically come up blue. Or they can be black, it's fine. It doesn't really matter what color they are. Okay. But I have the links there. And then whatever my third source would be, I would put it there for my Works Cited page. All right. I think that's it that I wanted to show you. Let me just double check my notes here. Yep, that's it. Okay, so that is how to format your research paper. And if you have any questions or you need help doing things like cutting and pasting, moving things around, I can show you how to do that as well.